Hey, welcome! Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of investing. If you've ever felt like it's some kind of complicated, exclusive club you can't get into, you're going to want to stick around. We're breaking down exactly how you can start building your financial future, like right now. So let's dive in. Okay, first things first, let's just bust a huge myth right open. When you hear the word investing, you probably picture guys in suits on Wall Street, right? Big money, super complex. But the reality today? Well, it's you. It's anyone with a smartphone who decides they're ready to start. That old barrier to entry is completely gone. So, what are we really talking about when we say investing? It's not about gambling or trying to strike it rich overnight. Nope. It's something way more foundational and, honestly, way more powerful than that. At its absolute core, investing is just this: making your money work for you. Instead of letting your cash just sit in a bank account barely doing anything, you're putting it into things that have the potential to grow. You're basically turning your money into a little employee that goes out and earns more money for you. I love this analogy because it perfectly captures the biggest advantage you have on your side: time. Just like a tiny little seed, a small investment you make today can grow into something huge over the years. The sooner you get that seed in the ground, the more time it has to grow. Now, the secret sauce, the magic that makes that tree grow so big, is something called compound growth. It sounds kind of technical, but the idea is actually super simple, and it is the engine that will power your long-term success. Let's make it even simpler. Your money makes you some money. Awesome. But then that new money starts making its own money. It creates this incredible snowball effect that just gets bigger and more powerful the longer you let it roll. So you're not just earning on what you first put in, you're earning on a total that's constantly growing. It's amazing. Okay, but before you rush off to plant those trees, we gotta prepare the soil first. And that just means getting your basic finances in order. It's a quick but absolutely essential step before you start this journey. You need a safety net. An emergency fund is, and I mean this, non-negotiable. This is your life happens fund, for when your car breaks down or some other unexpected bill pops up. This is what stops you from having to sell your investments at a really bad time. And look, you don't need a massive pile of cash to start. Even just a few $100 gives you a solid foundation to build on. All right, with that foundation in place, where in the world do you actually begin? Let's map out your first steps. Don't worry, it's a really simple, actionable plan. I want you to just look at this number for a second. $5. That's it. You do not need thousands to get started. So many apps and platforms today will let you start with an amount this small. The biggest hurdle isn't the money, it's just taking that first step. Here it is, your entire strategy right here. It's not rocket science. Number 1, start small, but be ridiculously consistent. Number 2, stick to simple, beginner-friendly stuff. And number 3, you don't have to be an expert on day 1. Just commit to learning as you go. Let's just zoom in on that first step for a moment. Consistency is your superpower. Why? Well, because putting in a small, regular amount every single month helps smooth out all the wild ups and downs of the market. It also builds an amazing habit. It is so much more effective in the long run than trying to perfectly time the market with one big chunk of cash. And for step 2, what are these simple investments? Well, things like index funds or ETFs are pretty much perfect for beginners. The easiest way to think of them is like a basket that holds tiny little pieces of hundreds of different companies. This automatically spreads your money out, which is just a fancy way of saying it lowers your risk because you're not betting everything on just one horse. Okay, we've got the how-to, but just as important, maybe even more important, is the how to think. Your mindset is going to be what determines your success, way more than picking the one perfect investment. You're going to see a lot of hype online, especially on social media, promising these crazy get-rich-quick returns. Let me be clear, that is not investing. That's gambling. Real investing is a game of patience and smart, calm decisions over a long, long time. If it sounds too good to be true, it always is. This is so crucial. The market will go up and the market will go down. That's totally normal. Trying to react to every little daily swing will drive you nuts and it'll lead to terrible decisions. Successful investors, they zoom out. They're focused on the 10-year picture, not the 10-minute blip. So ask yourself this question every single time you feel tempted by that hype. Are you here to plant a seed and patiently watch it grow into a strong tree? Or are you just hoping to cash in a lottery ticket? Your answer to that question really defines your whole approach. Your two biggest enemies in investing are fear and greed. Fear is what makes you sell everything when the market is low, which is the worst time. And greed, or, excitement, is what makes you buy into the hype right at the very peak. The key is to stay cool, stick to your plan, and let logic, not your emotions, be your guide. Let's bring this all together, because this isn't really just about numbers on a screen, is it? This is about taking control. It's about actively building the life that you want for yourself down the road. If you only take one single thing away from all of this, please let it be this right here. Do not wait until you think you know everything. Spoiler alert, you never will. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to just begin. Your future self will thank you for starting today, not for waiting for some imaginary perfect tomorrow. Because that's the real prize at the end of all this. It's not about being flashy or rich tomorrow. It's about having the freedom to choose your own path, the security to handle whatever life throws at you, and the opportunity to say yes to your dreams later on. So how does this incredible journey begin? It's way simpler than you think. It just starts with $1 and a single day. So why not make that day today?